interaction or the insightful information. My apologies that there is no English text. I just wrote my Korean text this morning, so no one was able to translate that into English. So I'd like to show my thoughts based on the Korean text in English. I'm Francis Lee, working with PSPD, and the topic given to me is impact to peace and disarmament of, quote and unquote, peace-state transformation. So it's about peace-state transformation. And it seems this topic has some distance with various topics we are discussing in terms of Star Wars and missile defense and US bases. So what is the linkage that I'm trying to make? I would like to draw a few points from previous session in order to do that. And this topic, peace-state transformation, is a long-term project prepared by PSPD and pursued as a movement, as a campaign, as a plan to transform the nature and behavior of the state we are living, that is Republic of South Korea, Republic of Korea. The points I'd like to draw from previous session are basically three. If you remember, the chair of the previous session, Park Jung-moon, concluded this very rich 9-speaker session in one line. She said, "It seems after listening to 5 country cases, the US empire has penetrated every country." So that was her concluding remark. Listening to that, I thought I may rephrase that into this, that US global politics has been and is part of state building for all other countries. So in other words, it is difficult to distinguish between one state building from another, or think or imagine our state building apart from the influence and hegemony of the US. And the second point I'd like to draw is from Katie Rose, whose presentation was very, very interesting to me. And one particular comment was striking. She mentioned an analogy of the presence of US forces in Hawaii as domestic violence. Domestic violence, the patriarchal protector does all the violence, but there is a dependency because he is a protector. So that's the analogy between domestic violence and the US forces. And I think this is very fundamental because it tells something about the relationship between peace movement and state building and the way we look at the state and the empire, etc. And the last point I would like to draw is from Czech Republic, that the majority of people were invisible in this very important issue, missile defense, even though they had parliament, democratic election, media, and etc. People just simply become ignored and information is not shared. So what is the politics, dynamics behind this? Is that the belief that the protector, the state, can decide things of safety or security on their own without consulting the members of the community, and they believe this is legitimate and they don't have to share information. So combining these 3 points, I'd like to raise that we are not just dealing with bad policies here when we discuss about missile defense or Star Wars. Peace movement is not just about saying we want good policies instead of bad policies. I think there is a need, and we know this, that we should go beyond start bad policies. And then the question is to where and how. And then to respond to this question, I would like to raise that actually we are trying to deal with security politics. That politics mobilizing the notion of security to justify global, local, regional dominance of the elite power. So let's take a few more lines about this security politics. I'm mentioning this because whether you have democracy or dictatorship, most of the states very easily mobilize the security politics and disguise with various democratic and non-democratic logics. But still, it's a security politics. And look at Britain, look at the US, no matter what kind of parliament you have, modern states show the tendency of swinging from normal politics into security politics. So, taking lessons from the 3 points that I mentioned from previous session, we can think of security politics as some kind of monopolizing information, monopolizing decision-making process, and therefore, through this monopoly, securing the existing power relations, and this is not just about politics. This is about economy, this is about industry, this is about capitalism, and this is about global order. So there is monopoly of information, there is monopoly of decision making, and there is monopoly of finance, and there is a close link with capitalist economy. So that's why I think many of the critique among like us say that actually security is not about safety of people. Security only secures the security of security experts.
Yeah.
So what does it mean? It means security politics is a closed circuit play. It's a closed circuit. So in order to start it, we have to cut something inside, not outside. It goes inside. There is an enemy, there is a threat, and this is a security. I protect you, and you're being protected. It's a closed circuit. And the second thing that this says is that security only secures the security of security experts. Is that actually the whole security politics is useless to us, to large majority of people. This is a useless politics, and it only secures existing hegemonic power. We can also summarize the security politics as exceptionalism. There is a terrorist out there, so we need a new agency called Department of State Security. We need a special law, anti-terrorism law, etc., etc. So security politics is advocating exceptionalism to existing politics. It's closed. And lastly, and most importantly, it's a psychological mobilization on threat and fear. So we talk about politics behind missile defense. So